Okay, dude, you ready?
I know words, I have the best words.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Dakota, and sorry for the lack of videos. I've been really busy lately preparing for a music festival tour that I'm gonna go on all summer. It's like 2 months long, a bunch of different shows, like 50 shows. Pretty much any state that has a big city, your boy will be there. So if you guys wanna come hang out, it's called the Vans Warp Tour. I will be hanging out under a tent called the Stay Happy, Stay Weird tent. This shirt is from Stay Happy, Stay Weird. It says good vibes and high fives. Anyways, I tweeted on Twitter for you guys to leave me some questions to answer for a video. This is that video. Here are those questions now. Armin asks, is there love without hate? That's a good question because humans, for some reason, we think in such black and white terms. So we look at reality as being this or that, opposed to being a spectrum of like infinite variety, you know? And I think, yeah, I do think that love can exist without hate. I think if you remove all boundaries, love is all that remains, you know? Hate is a lack of love. So like if you're angry or you're a hateful person, that's an expression of love or a lack of love. I think, at least. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. Sorry, it just kind of came out of my mouth. Question number 2 comes from Dailichi. Dailichi says, how do you know if the path you are taking is the right path? And is there such thing as the right path? I think there is just the path, you know, and we're all on it, whether we are aware that we are on it or not. It's all the right path. There's no right or wrong paths. I don't think that's really useful, that sort of language or belief system, to say like this is right or this is wrong. Again, reality's not as black and white as we think it is. Ram Dass says something like, wherever you are is where you're meant to be. You are always given what you need to be given. Every moment that you exist, you are being confronted with a lesson. There's always a lesson right in front of you. A lot of the times we're too distracted by our own thoughts, clinging and attached to these temporary bubbles that are just popping up inside of our heads. We hold on to them and think that's reality, but that's not reality. The thoughts are what make us say like, oh, I'm not on the right path, I feel like I maybe took a wrong turn or something like that. But that's not true. There's only the path. And I think at like the end of our lives we'll look back and be able to see all the dots sort of connect, because pain is really strength in disguise, you know? It's not a negative thing. When you are heartbroken, it hurts and it sucks, but afterwards you gather the pieces up and you put it back together and you have a deeper, profound relationship with yourself. It was actually a beneficial experience for you to go through that. It was a lesson, and we're always confronted with these lessons all the time. All we have to do is just pay attention. And through paying attention, we can see, like, holy shit, I've always been on the path. I've always been on the spiritual path. That's actually a really deep question, Dailichi, and I think I might make a video just solely based on that topic. Are you on the right path? How do you know if you're on the right path? So, mucho gracias for the suggestion, mi amigo. Okay, question number 3 comes from Amor Universitas. She says, what do you think about transgender people from a spiritual perspective? That's a cool question. And it's another question that I actually wanted to make a video about, because it's a lot of people are identifying with that nowadays, and they're feeling more comfortable to express that, you know? So I feel like it's nice, would be nice to have a spiritual philosophy to reflect that, so you don't feel like you're doing something wrong. Our culture really stigmatizes transgender people, and it's not uncommon. Like, this is Shiva. I got Shiva back here. Shiva literally is a transgender sometimes. He becomes half male, half female, and it's a representation, and it's a representation of unity and the recognition, and it's a recognition of the fact that it's not as, again, it's not as black and white as we like to think it is. You know, yes, born males have a penis, women have a vagina, but in the scheme of reality, we are essentially one thing, because we need to utilize both of these parts to create life. And, you know, and you can kind of look out into the universe and you can see these masculine and feminine qualities out in nature just sort of harmonizing and dancing together. I think transgender people might be more spiritually sensitive. It might be on maybe a higher level of awareness because they're tuned into both of their energies. That's how I would explain it in a spiritual context. I hope that helps. I recommend checking out the story of Shiva when he's a transgender. I can't remember how to pronounce the name, but I will leave it right here. That's how you say it, right here. Question number 4 comes from Dustin Aker. Dustin says, what are the most beneficial spiritual practices in your experience? Example, psychedelics, meditation, astral projection, etc. Well, mate, some of my most beneficial spiritual practices for myself, because we're all different people. We're all gonna sort of resonate with different things because we all have different life experiences. So one thing might make sense to me that might not make sense to you. But for me, the most powerful tool that I use when working with any of these things that you mentioned, like psychedelics or meditation, the process I use that underlies those experiences is called neti. N-E-T-I. It means not this, not this. It's a meditation technique to where when you ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Well, right now I feel content, I feel happy. But those are just temporary things. That's not who I am, right? I got this guitar. I love to play guitar. But that's not who I am. I'm not my hobbies. So who am I? So through this process of neti, you can have some really profound realizations. You know, you eventually get to the point where you say, okay, well, I guess I'm this body, but you're not your body. Your body is doing all this stuff without your consent. It's, you know, you were a little kid once, now you're turning into an adult, or you are an adult, and eventually you're going to become an old person and you're going to die. But you are still you. You are still your awareness. Even if I cut your arm off and throw your arm off over there, you are still here, even if your arm's over there. So you're not really your body. So who are you? Ask yourself this question. Use the process of not this, and that's what I recommend. That's the most beneficial tool for me, and it can give you some amazing realizations, especially when you use psychedelics, because you are totally inside. You're not when you're like on a high dose of psychedelics, you're not out here anymore. You're in here. You're in here. So you don't have this external stuff to cling to and say, I'm this, I'm that, all these temporary things. Who you are is something eternal. You are the thing that underlies all of these changing things. You know, you can't lose what's not you, right? So just let it all go. Let it go. So let come what comes and let go what goes, and just find out what remains through this process of neti. That's what I recommend. Ooh, this is a good question. Blue asked, what is the purpose of difference? Oh, Alan Watts says that I only know who I am because you know who you are. Through this interaction with each other, of you being separate, you being different, and me being different, we give each other this uniqueness. You being you and me being me is a relationship. Even if you don't like me and I don't like you, that allows me to be me, because you believing what you believe in helps me reassure my own self and my own beliefs, and we're doing this dance together. Think about it like this, like your eye and your nose. These are two different things in which create your reality, right? You know, there's other things, obviously, but we'll use just these two for an example. Your eyes and your nose, two different things. You could never confuse your eye for your nose. Even if your nose and your eyes don't like each other, whatever that even means, they are in a relationship with each other. They're doing a dance that harmonizes and manifests this reality. Through their separateness, it guides your experience to a unified oneness. Does that make sense? Separation is a way for us to go deep and to discover our own selves? These are all good questions. I can make videos out of all these questions. I should just ask you guys. I should just start using you guys to make my videos for me. So that's the last question I'm gonna answer. Was that 5? Anyways, I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Make sure to click subscribe if you're not subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I want to do some more Q&A videos like this, maybe like once a week or something. So leave a comment, and the comments that get the most thumbs up will be the questions I use for the next video. So reconnect with love and express that love out into the universe, and everything will be okay. That's all you need to do. Love is the way to transcendence. So just remove all boundaries and rest in your love. It sounds good, at least. I don't know. See you guys. Hare Krishna.